Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Alabama's head coach told me before the game, this is where they were expecting to be. They know they had to bring in a lot of people in the transfer portal. That's what we're seeing more and more in college football. But the question for them, how quickly can they gel? This running back has proven that he can be productive, but now he's got to do it with a new offensive line, new teammates, and find how to trust them quickly and play as a unit. I'll keep you posted on how they get off to a quick start here in the first half. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. So the Clemson Tigers headed toward the football to break the seal on this 2027 season. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Got the big fellas out there, a three tight end look on 1st and 10. They give it to him first time this season for the transfer. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Throwing Russell. Look out! Snags it down the right side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Talking to this coaching staff, they felt they had matchups in the passing game that they could win, and they wanted to test this defense and see if they could take the top off. Well, you saw it right there. Opening drive of the game, they're being aggressive, they're taking a shot, and they come up with a big one. And trust me, fellas, they're going to keep taking those shots because they've got some dudes outside.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking for a crease. It's Turner. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. And the RPO got it. Turning it on. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Long way to go on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Turner. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. This quarterback part of their running game. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The run inside, and the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you always worry about turnovers in the first game, and for this young man, he's got to be able to turn the page. I know that was his first carry of the year. He puts it on the ground. That's the nightmare scenario, but you got to be able to wash that and flush it out. You got to be able to play the next play.
He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Keelan Russell. He's got it on the move. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This offense has put a pretty good drive together, man. Like showing a little bit of balance, back-to-back plays, creating some chunks of yardage, and now really set up in a position to do well. 1st and goal, and the defense, their head's spinning a little bit because mixing the run and pass really well on this drive.
Here's Gibson. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
2nd and long here. Throwing, Sellers. Out wide left, it's Johnson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sellers. They're all over it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Now here's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He shanked it. It'll go out of bounds. Depends on where they spot it, but looks as if it'll be around the 45. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Such great awareness along the sideline and the ability to get that foot down for the catch. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Russell. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Got his man. They stop him before he can get to the first down marker, but he does cross the 50, and now to be fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Quick give. It's Johnson. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Here's Sellers to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And so far, man, everything's been difficult for this offense. And credit to the defense. They've taken away all the easy stuff. The easy perimeter throws, the quick throws. Nice job playing fast, playing physical. But this QB's got to get a little bit more in rhythm. Be a little bit more patient. Go through his progressions a little bit better. Right now, so far, it's an 0 for 4 start.
Sellers from the gun on third down. It's caught. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Davidson. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
as they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Sellers under pressure. It's complete to the right. There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Throws it off the RPO. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Drops back. It's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Sellers to the air again. He lets it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on third down. He saw something he liked in a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, but the defense, they simply weren't fooled, and they're able to come away with the pick.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Jarrett Gibson. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the first down.
Really nice run there. Listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfectly.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Second down coming up. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. On third down, here's Gibson. Breaks into the open. Crosses midfield. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do. That will get you almost there. When you get handed off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy, it's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Throwing, Sellers. The quick out. At the 35, he's loose. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Again, it's Sellers. Oh, pressure's coming. Zings it complete to the right.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. Sellers from the gun on third down. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Right side, it's Moore. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone, it'll be first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Driving forward, it's Johnson. Defense all over him. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced him.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a third and long. Sellers from the gun on third down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Tigers. Got it right in the heart of the end zone. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play.
Number 81 set to kick off.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Coleman. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Throwing Russell. Rushes on. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2. Let's talk about Alabama. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. They want to run this quarterback. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Alabama pushing the tempo. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Punt is on its way. Trying to make one miss. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Here's Sellers to throw. He's taking the shot. He's got it on the outside. He'll work his way down to the 28. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play?
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
They'll move the tight end. Sellers. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Sellers through the noise. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. missed it. No good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They go play action with Russell. Rolls right. On the run, deep down the right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Throwing, Sellers. Wiggles free. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Keeps the play going. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Here's Sellers to throw. Rush right in his face. It's incomplete. Almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Sellers on the play action. Look out! Buried before he could blink. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Keelan Russell. Back's got it on the screen. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Russell. Trying to burn this defensive back. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, the 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. We begin with Iowa, taking on the number 21 team, the Iowa State Cyclones.
He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit.
And it's the Hawkeyes coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. And they'll get him down after a solid return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second-half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run it on the counter. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll give it to him again. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Sellers. They're all over him. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Blasted as he lets it go. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Hunt is on its way. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Here's a give to Gibson. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Third and 6 yards to go. Gibson again. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on 4th down does not work.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Throwing Sellers. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sellers. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They booted away. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Russell. He's got it. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. He put some heat on that one down the middle. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Making the adjustment on the play. Snap on first down, wants to throw. It's dropped after taking the hit. Third quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Throwing Russell. Fires to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Caught. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Under pressure. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Last play of this quarter, and it will be 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Running inside, it's Davidson. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical.
and it's picked off for the third time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Russell on play action. Lets it fly. Complete to the right. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the fourth quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Tough run. Gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They go play action with Russell. Flush to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown time! And the pummeling has started.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Right back to it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Here's Sellers to throw. Finds his man. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Davidson. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
And you can tell, all eyes on this dude. Like, this defense is dialed in. They're going to try to continue to stop the run. You can tell, Palmer, it's the main focus of this defense.
Yeah, when we know with this offense, too, they go how this guy goes, and they've just never been able to really get him into a rhythm in this game. And you have to give the credit to the defense. They've been more physical at the point of attack. They've had a good game plan, and the offense just has not been able to counterpunch.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Bama! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Sellers. Timed him perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
And guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
All right, they've shown this formation a lot of times, and especially in the first half. Now what do? They show the formation, pull some guys and run a counter backside. Beautiful play design. Way to adjust in the second half.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. The give. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. Turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Long way to go on 2nd down. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Quarterback takes a knee. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David